The solution to counter the redistricting battle that we're seeing in the South exists in the form of a blueprint that was leaked 10 years ago. I've talked about that blueprint on my videos on YouTube multiple times beginning in 2024. No one listens to me. They're out there. Now, for the last time, because everyone's frustrated from what they're seeing, what you're seeing is that the Republicans have treated politics like an infrastructure, like an ecosystem. When the Democrats were focused on national messaging, brand policy positions, and the presidential elections, the Republicans were building what we're seeing right now, brick by brick by brick, by focusing on the courts, district maps, the state legislatures, judicial appointments, local and state positions, attorney general races, and election infrastructure. That was their focus. That's how we got here today. Now, here's the thing. The Trump blueprint could be used to counter every single thing the Republicans have been doing. I've talked about this. In this video, for the last time, I'm going to give it to you and walk you through that memo. There's going to be a two-part video. On the second part of this video, only for members of my paid Substack, YouTube, and Patreon communities, I'm going to give you the step-by-step processes of how to implement that strategy, because strategy costs money and you're getting everything else for free. Stay tuned. In my hand, let's travel back 11 years to 2015. A group of strategists got together, including Corey Lewandowski, interestingly enough, to formulate a plan which was risky because it meant to target a group of would-be voters for Donald Trump that traditional Republicans ignored, because while they were focused on the suburban likely voters, this strategy relied on unlikely, low propensity, low turnout voters. The Democrats have a good chunk of those people right now. There are 90 million people that sat out. So this is why this is key. These were people who were alienated politically, frustrated with the systems. Folks were likely to say both sides are the same. People who felt like they were, I guess, politically homeless. A lot of these folks were actually registered Democrats, but culturally lean Republican. They were cynical. Trump focused on the voters, a nice fertile pool, and built a movement out of people that everyone else overlooked. Targeting those people, that micro-targeting, turned into coalition building so that the Republican establishment could then clinch into and take over with their money. So it includes media strategy, but not traditional media, a judicial pipeline, local political infrastructure, turnout systems, district advantages, grievance-based messaging, and a specific strategy to activate disengaged voters. I often say this on my videos. I'm JJ Legal. If you're new here, I monitor the lawsuits filed against the Trump administration and those the Trump administration filed against other to give you a sense of calm. I take you behind the headlines. I'm in the dockets. I'm helping you walk you off the ledge. That's what I do here. If you're not here, if you're new to me, and you're interested in this sort of stuff, I'd love for you to subscribe to my content, follow if depending when you're watching this, share this video widely so more people know, and support my work so I can continue to do this for you on a full-time basis, because right now I'm on a part-time basis. Back to the video. These people who the Trump administration targeted in that 2015 memo would eventually turn out to be the MAGA base, that coalition of MAGA supporters that are like loving him. This is something that the Democrats have never really fully been able to embrace and capitalize on, despite the fact, like I've said many times before, there is a fertile ground of 90 million. They keep chasing old MAGA, leaving MAGA Republicans and stuff like that when they don't need to, because it's a fertile ground. Donald Trump went and found fertile ground in low propensity, low turnout voters and created MAGA coalition. The Democrats are spending a lot of time continually to try to target independents, and the same thing, and it works, but it doesn't work, but it's uneven when you have a proven strategy in what Donald Trump did to build the MAGA base, when you have an equal fertile ground of 90 million voters sprinkled across the country. Someone shared a threads and said that the Democrats, I don't think all of us need to focus on the impoverished Republican voters in the rural areas that are really feeling the pinch, possibly, but you don't necessarily have to get Republican ones. You need to get anyone. They don't have to be responding necessarily to labels, to political labels. There's a fertile ground there, and they've never really like tapped into it, and it's there. And I say this all the time. I am JJ Legal. I have this one woman campaign on Threads. It's just a hashtag I use called Operation 2/3. Like with 2/3 of the Democrats and independents were to take over in the House and the Senate, which is a tough call, I know. With 2/3, you can remove this entire administration, all of the cabinet members. You can have common sense gun control, comprehensive immigration. You can have ethics reform at the Supreme Court. You can try to put in limits. You can pack the courts. There's so many things you can do with 2/3. People say, yeah, I get 2/3, but possibly. I think they might have pissed off enough people. But I digress. Donald Trump proved that if you continually engage low propensity, disengaged voters on a personal level, they will show up for you. If you say, I got you, I understand you, I see what you're going on, I see what's going on with you, no one understands you the way that I understand you. It's in turning it, making it emotional, not logical. Democrats have a wonderful opportunity right now to build a similar coalition of disengaged voters who are frustrated by the high cost of gas, the high cost of living, rising inflation, the cost of housing, childcare that's skyrocketing. And when they pay attention to the news, they see that the man in charge is focused on theatrics, building a ballroom, building an ark, grifting. There's lots of news articles out there about him, low bid contracts to friends, letting out to jails anyone who pardons him. His son's making money and making deals in Saudi Arabia, building golf courses, seemingly insider trading, just enriching themselves, suing the taxpayers because someone who's already in jail leaked his taxes, which revealed that the 10 years prior to him running for president, he paid $750 for 2 years and zero, despite telling everyone he's a billionaire, despite the fact that teachers and janitors and nurses and everyone else paid more than Donald Trump. He's suing us, bailing out Argentina. The tariffs was a disaster. Our boys are over there fighting in a useless war that has nothing to do with us. This is a great time. He's at 23%. Leaving MAGA is a thing. There's a lot of disgruntled. The fertile ground is there for how Donald Trump builds his MAGA base. 90 million people didn't vote. Who is talking to them? Trump didn't just persuade Republican voters. He activated non-voters. Some people think that elections control, as we've seen from Virginia, sometimes it's actually procedural rules, state elections, district mapping, and state courts that decide before anybody even casts a vote or pull a lever. So with that memo and the coalition and what we're seeing now shows that while both parties are engaged actively in this redistricting fight, the Republicans a long time ago built this system out of state courts, local elections, turnout infrastructure, and the Democrats are just now catching up. A large number of Americans feel disempowered right now and felt like they have been abandoned. So this is a wonderful opportunity to politically engage them and get them active again. Now I'm going to walk you through the 10 specific granular steps to implementing the Trump MAGA blueprint. If you're a member of my membership on Substack, on Patreon, or on YouTube, you can see that video activated and check it out. If not, you might want to join JJ Legal, Each One Teach One. Get my voting rights. I'm a big fan of voting rights cap, t-shirt, and sweatshirt. Check out jjlegal.com to get access to my Trump Survivor Kit. Each One Teach One. Share this video so more people know. See you in the other video.